Okay, so I had a weird realization about Fairy Tale.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna like jump into the realization and then I'll explain how it connects to the Fairy Tale.
Okay.
But so like the popular, not popular, mainstreamy BDSM movies, you know, The Secretary, 9.5 Weeks. I'm not sure about 50 Shades because I haven't seen it.
Inflicted it upon yourself.
Yeah, I haven't inflicted the whole thing upon myself yet, but there's always like kind of vague references to the male dom's earlier partners, you know, ones that there's kind of, it's implied that, you know, they left because they just couldn't take it, they just couldn't understand him, they couldn't keep up with him and his like weird kinky blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I realized just now, I don't know why this popped into my head, but I realized I'm like, whoa, there's like a weird like Bluebeard tie-in.
Who's Bluebeard?
Oh, you know about Bluebeard?
I do not know about Bluebeard. Weave me the tale of the Bluebeard.
Weave me the tale of the Bluebeard. Alright, Bluebeard is not a pirate story.
It's not a pirate story.
Okay, so it's classic fairy tale.
Sounds like a pirate.
It does sound like a pirate. It's classic fairy tale. I think it was published by the Grimm's Brothers, at least.
So it's fucked up.
Oh, it's like, it's not only is it like a fairy tale, I would consider it I would consider it a form of like early horror, and maybe like the first like serial killer story.
Oh, okay.
Right? Okay. And like, obviously there's no serial killers in like The Secretary and 9.5 Weeks, but you'll get where I'm making the connection in a minute.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, there's this dude. He's called Bluebeard because he's got a blue beard, which has nothing to do with the rest of the story. Like, there's no explanation for why he has a blue beard or what significance this blue beard it has. I'm sure there is some kind of significance. I don't know what the fuck it is. But yeah, this dude.
Dude with a beard of blue.
Dude with a beard of blue and a lot of cash. This dude is rolling in the dough. He's rich. He's got like, you know, castles and fiefdoms and like all the shit. In some versions of the story, he is also a wizard, or it's implied that he has magic of some kind. Anyway, so like, he has had he's been married several times, and he's looking for a new bride, and he goes to this like family that has like 3 daughters, and the daughters are all kind of like, ew, who's this creepy dude with a blue beard? But he's just like, nah, come on, and he was able to like charm one of them a little bit, like, so they get married. He takes her, you know, to his lands, to his like fiefdom, and walks her around the whole castle, and he has this big collection of keys, all these keys, and he's showing her all the different rooms, and there's like an amazing library and a beautiful ballroom, very like, you know, Beauty and the Beast-ish, where she's just like, oh shit, like, dude's crib is sick, right? Yeah. So shows her all the things, and he like tells the servants, you know, like, this is your new mistress, like, obey everything that she wants, and just totally like lavishes her with presents. So she's like, okay, all right, he's kind of like creepy and weird and old, but I'm gonna treat you like a princess, so that's cool. But there's one key. In some versions of the story, they actually like put a color to the key, like, oh, it's a red key, it's a gold key, it's a silver key, whatever. There's one key that he tells her, like, do not open this. We get some Pandora's box shit. Like, do not open the door that this key goes to. Ever. Right? Don't fuck with a man cave. Whatever.
Why'd you even give her the key?
Why did God put the tree in the garden?
Because he likes leaving hats on the sidewalk with bricks under them.
That's a good one. point, sometimes it's a few days, a few weeks, a few months, whatever, depending on who's telling the story. Later, he's got to go on some business, right? Some rich dude Bluebeard business. Maybe it's a conference of like other like people with colors, different colored beards. Who knows? So he's like, okay, I'm leaving. You're in charge. You're the lady of the house. Everyone has to obey you. You can do whatever you want. Here's my ring and keys. Don't go in that room.
Yep.
Bye, hubby. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna like look around. I'm bored. So she goes, goes to the library, looking at books, looking at this, looking at that, and finally, she's passed the door she's not supposed to open multiple times. She cannot help it. She cannot stop herself. The curiosity gets to her. She gets the key, opens it up. And when she opens the door, oh, well, here's the other like connection to 50 Shades. She opens the door and finds his red room. Only it's not like a red room that's like, beautifully upholstered with red, wallpaper fabric and then filled with like fun toys. It's just blood. It's blood. It's blood everywhere, which really should be called the brown room because blood doesn't stay red.
Yeah.
But then people might have just thought it was the latrine at that point. So, yeah. So it's just blood everywhere, and the bones of all his ex-wives.
Damn.
All of his exes, all of his previous partners who just couldn't, understand him, keep up with his kinkiness, obey him properly by not going in the room, whatever it is. She's so shocked that she drops the key ring. She picks it up. Oh shit, there's blood on it. She goes and she washes it off. But the key to the room just keeps bleeding. Like she cannot get the blood off it no matter what. And she's just like, fuck. He comes home, she puts the keys in her pocket. It's bleeding through her pocket.
Oh, God.
So he knows. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, in some versions of the story, it's just a snicker snack off their head. It's done. As a warning to women to not be curious. Or something, probably. Gross.
Yeah.
So, it's a fairy tale. Of course, it's gotta have some misogyny.
Of course.
Some good old classic misogyny.
Gotta have that.
So, but, other versions, she actually, outwits him. Which, we like that. We like some girl power outwitting.
Yeah.
So, he's like, well, you gotta die now, because you broke the one rule that, I mean, he did lay out the rule very clearly, don't open the door, and she agreed to it. So she did break a relationship agreement. Yep. However...
It's a form of cheating.
It is, yeah, it's a form of cheating. However, that was not what you would call informed consent.
Yeah.
So, no. Also, killing people is bad. Murdering is bad.
There's that too.
So, she's like, okay, oh God, if I have to die, please, let me prepare myself for death by going and praying. And so, she goes up to, the terrace and is praying, and she's praying for, a really long time. He's getting impatient, but he's like, bitch gotta pray, whatever. So she's praying, and as she is praying, she finds some way, usually through, a bird or something, to send a message to her family. And she just keeps praying until her family shows up, and then it's snicker snack off with Bluebeard's head. And so then she lives out her life as a rich widow.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I think in some versions there's a little epilogue where it's she married a dude that was younger than her and just had a grand old time. Which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's that
Moved the whole family into the mansion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So So I guess the moral to that story is, you know, like, don't be afraid of creepy old dudes with money. Just, you know,
Just
take their
kill
money.
them.
Just take their money. But yeah, so the connection to, like I said, these other like BDSM things, one is the red room, that deep dark secret, and also this weird like hush about the past relationships that no one talks about, no one questions. So I think the moral of the story of Bluebeard is to vet your doms.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the real moral of the story of Bluebeard. Vet your play partners.
Yep.
Yep.